Hi, in this video I want to have a first look at the prestige levels past 36 now that I'm able to actually purchase something to increase one of my building levels past 36. This is thanks to this feast event, part of the 6th year anniversary celebration. So every day I get I can get 65 royal banners. So far there have been 4 days, so 260. So it was time for me to have a look at what can I actually do. Earlier I already had a look at this, but didn't really compare the different buildings. So for most of the interesting boosts, and for that I look at the damage and damage reduction boost, the attack and health, nice, but they are quite easily available in many other ways and much larger amounts, so it's not so interesting. But the damage reduction, not so much. So for me, some of the more interesting are actually bowman damage and cavalry damage. And from that point of view, troop damage as well. I'm more looking at the damage I can do than reducing the damage that I get. The reason for that is I'm not a rally leader, I'm just a filler, so from that point of view my stats are not so important. Sometimes I'm reinforcing my farm to get some kills during certain events, and then I accept that I might lose a full march. It's more how much damage can I do, and from that point of view I'm focused more on the damage buffs than the damage reduction buffs. Looking at bowman damage, for example, for 230 of these new banners, I can get 1.5% from the watchtower. If we go to the range, prestige level, then we can also get 1.5%, but we get a lot more health, defense and attack. But because of that, it's also more expensive. It costs 410, so that's quite significantly so more expensive. But since like I said, the rest is actually quite easy to get in other ways, I think it's better to focus on the watchtower first. If you're interested, like me, in the bowman damage. Similarly for cavalry damage, let me look in my notes. I think if I see things correctly, and then the embassy has quite a cheap 210, even cheaper than the bowman damage, and the stables has quite an expensive one, 1.5. So I'm now going to actually increase the watchtower, and this is not something I necessarily recommend to do it now, because currently there are no events going on, and there has already been an event where you got some rewards for using prestige banners. You always need to use, if you use royal banners, you also need to use prestige banners. So it might be better to wait on such an event, but I'm quite interested to see for this watchtower, and bowman damage is definitely the most interesting, but I might go for embassy next for the cavalry damage. I'm quite interested to see if I increase this one, what will be the increase, the increment. So here that is 1.5 for the bowman damage, that is the most important. The 3.4 for bowman health and 6.7 for bowman attack, not so interesting. And the cost of 230 is very interesting. So I actually expect this to stay the same, also be 1.5, and this to actually increase. So at a certain moment let's just not talk about it further. Let's do it. So we see that it indeed increases to 280, and this is again 1.5, and this is more or less the same 6.6, and what was the other one, 3.4, and that's 3.3, so that's probably a rounding difference. So like I expected, the increase here is the same, so that will likely be 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 each time until we reach level 45, and then it's capped at 45, and this value will increase each time. So I'm not going to get any further today, definitely. By the end of the event, maybe, I haven't calculated very well, maybe I have enough to also get my embassy to level 36, so that I also get 1.5% extra cavalry damage. It's not much, but it's definitely nice that as without spending we can still work towards getting a better damage stats via these new prestige levels. So I hope this small analysis of looking at what to do has been a bit helpful. Oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to show is actually when we look at the stronghold, the prestige level for the stronghold, that costs 500 for a 0.4% troop damage. Since I don't value the infantry damage very much, but bowman damage and cavalry damage I do value a lot, I would say this is worth maybe twice as much as a 0.4 increase in either bowman or cavalry damage. But still, you pay 500 for 0.8, so to say, of one stat. But that is very different from the, 230 that we paid for 1.5%. So definitely this stronghold is, in my eyes, not interesting at all to focus on. So that is part of my analysis as well. Okay, I hope this has been useful. If you have any comments or questions about this, or any additional information you would like to share, that's always much appreciated, and thanks for watching this video.